A History of Southern Missouri and Northern Arkansas by William Monks, published in 1907. General Lyons drives rebels from Rolla. About June 10th, 1851, the rebels were having a big meeting at Rolla, Phelps County, Missouri, for the purpose of recruiting. General Lyons at St. Louis learned of the meeting and at once placed quite a force in the cars, well armed, and closed them up so they would not be detected, and started for Rolla with the intention of capturing the whole outfit. On the day set for the rebel meeting, quite a number of them had assembled, and a certain young lawyer was delivering an address, telling them that one Southern man could whip 5 lop-eared Dutch, and all they wanted was just an opportunity. In the meantime, Lyons' forces had reached Dillon, the next station east of Rolla, about 5 miles distant. There, the forces were taken from the cars and divided, some marching southwest and the others northwest, making a flank movement for the purpose of surrounding the whole place. While they were marching, some person, who was a rebel, went with all the speed possible and informed the meeting that the Dutch were right upon them, that the woods were full of them, and to get out of there as quick as possible if they wanted to save their lives. The lawyer who was addressing them sprang from the speaker stand and holloed at the top of his voice as he went, "Get away from here, the Dutch are upon us." It was said that the lawyer ran so fast that if a glass of water had been set upon his coat tail it would not have spilled. They scattered to the woods in all directions. The Federal force came in, but their birds had all flown and left the citizens who had remained to tell the sad tale. The rebel forces at once retreated to Salem, Missouri, where they again concentrated their force. The Federal scout in a few days followed them to Salem, and there again routed them, and they retreated directly to West Plains, joining the command of McBride at that place. The rebels hurriedly concentrated their forces from all the south and southeastern counties of Missouri and from the northern counties of Arkansas. General McBride made an order to gather all the arms, ammunitions, and horses that were fit for the service as speedily as possible, and the report was put in circulation that he had given the county over to the leading rebels who resided in it, whose action, whatever they did touching the Union men, would be endorsed and carried out by General McBride. The leading rebels of the county at once sent out word that they were going to take all the arms, ammunition, and available horses from the Union men, and that McBride required each and every one of them to report and take the oath at once, and if they failed to comply with said order, speedy action would be taken against them. They would either be arrested, imprisoned, or forced into the Confederate army to fight, and their leaders would be hung. On the issuing of the said order, the wildest excitement prevailed among the Union men. They immediately met for the purpose of consultation as to what their final action would be. There were diverse opinions among them. Some of them were for acting at once. Others, and a majority of them, were in favor of waiting until the rebels shed the first blood. Those who refused to report and take the oath had to place themselves in hiding at once. The rebels made a general move to raid, harass, and capture the Union men. Then real danger confronted a man who claimed to be a Union man. The rebels had made a general amnesty upon the condition that they would join the Confederate Army and become loyal to the Confederate States. About 2/3 of the men who had been open and avowed Union men saw the danger that confronted them and joined the Confederate Army and claimed that they would be loyal to its cause. The remainder of the Union men were disarmed at once, except those who kept themselves concealed in the mountains and hills. After they had completely disarmed them and forced many of them to join the Confederate service, had taken most of their horses, cattle, and hogs for the use of the army, the leading rebels in the county claimed that they had organized for the purpose of ridding the country of all Union men who had refused to join the Confederate forces, that when McBride moved west he was going to leave the whole matter in their hands, and they intended to string up the Union men to limbs and shoot them, so they would soon be rid of the class of men who were friends of the lop-eared Dutch and were nigger lovers.